today I'll be answering your questions again. And I have a question here that says, which do you recommend, to build my own house or to build to rent and live in one of them? Now, I'll answer this question by saying that this depends on your goal. So, what are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to probably invest, or you just want to be out of the rent hassle that goes on in the country? So if your goal is just to have your own home and just be off rent and be happy there, then it's fine, it's not a problem. But there are some people whose goal is to invest, so they don't just build to live in, because when you build to live in, actually you still have to spend money to maintain. Alright, so if you've heard anything about that, I'm sure that's where this question is coming from. The confusion is, the goal is what decides what you do. So they just want to invest and then build and give it out for rent. The rent money comes, and then they can keep building more like that with the returns that comes from whatever they've invested in before. So it depends on what your goal is. Now, some people don't even live there at all. So this person is asking if I should live in one of the block of flats, for example, that you built. You can do that, why not? If you don't mind. Some people do mind. And there's a way you can even do it. I have a friend who did it with a house. She built their own and cut it off the other tenants. But it's still a block of land, but there's a way that they were able to cut it off, and then they have their own entrance different from the other people. So you can do it depending on what your goal is, but ultimately, if you invest in your own house as well, it's good return, because you invested in the land that will keep yielding and all of that. So it's a good investment. That just still takes money out of you, because you have to maintain and all of that. So some people actually even rent out the entire thing and go rent a cheaper place where they live, where they pay, and they pay for that from the rent they collect from their own tenants. So your goal determines what you do. All right. The next question says, I keep hearing not to save money but to invest. It's confusing. What should I do? And I know where this is coming from. A lot of people, because of the headlines, you just say, don't save money, and you're wondering, all my life they said to me to save money. So what is this person trying to say? If you don't listen to them first, you're going to get confused. So what they're trying to say is, don't just leave your money at the mercy of inflation, because what happens is, if you leave your money in an account in a bank, because of inflation, that money, 10,000 yesterday, is no longer 10,000 today, because the inflation rate keeps increasing. So if that's the case, then your money is losing value. So if you could buy toothpaste for 1,000 naira last year, this year, because inflation increased to maybe 11, for example, you can only buy it now for 1,100 naira. So they call it time value of money. So you can't afford to just save up money and just leave it there without any interest, no reasonable interest. So there are savings accounts today that will give you up to 10%, 11%, sometimes even 15%. So it depends on what you're saving it into, or what you're saving it for. So if you're saving for a long term, of course you have to look for an investment that would at least match inflation and preserve the value of your money. But most importantly is, to build wealth, you need to get investment that will give you way beyond inflation and give you a return, and give you quick return on your money. So that's why you have to embrace risks sometimes, but not with your day-to-day funds. You have to, there's what we call an investment plan. It decides how much goes into this, how much goes into that, and all of that. So, but that's not what we're talking about on the show. So you please save money, because to invest at all, you need savings. You need to have been able to say, I'm keeping this aside for investment before you can invest. So what they're saying is, don't just leave it in a bank and let the value be eroded over time. Save and invest it. Preserve the value of your money. All right. Is it wrong to save up and go on a vacation? The answer is no. It is okay for you to have fun and enjoy yourself. What will be wrong is that you now go on a vacation so often that your net worth is zero. So no assets, no form of investment, no savings anywhere. All your money is, you always save up just to travel. That will be the problem. But if this is you saying, okay, I set a goal for myself to have a net worth of maybe 10 million, and then I achieved it. So next year I'm traveling. That is great. You achieved it. You did something great. You deserve it. So don't feel bad if you save money to go for vacation. That's what you should do actually. And the other thing you should never do is to borrow money to travel or take a vacation. That is horrible and unacceptable. So never ever do that. Don't go that route. Don't borrow money. As long as you don't borrow money for it, if you saved up for it, then you're fine. It's just that you have to strike a balance. Don't overdo it. Because some people do it just to show off, just to prove to people that I take a vacation every year. You don't owe anybody that much. People don't really pay attention to you that much. That's the truth. You are just so self-conscious and you think that everybody's looking at you. That's not the truth. So forget the pressure, stop trying to show off, balance things, have investments, and then you can take a vacation. Give yourself goals, achieve them, and treat yourself. That's acceptable. Alright, and the final question on the show today is, should I borrow for my wedding or not? On my own, I don't have any money. Don't borrow for your wedding, please. Don't borrow for your wedding. It's always a regret. You're never happy when you do that. Plus, are you going to keep borrowing when you get married? So why don't you do what is sustainable? I understand the pressure. You need all the clothes, you need to look good and all that, but do what you can afford. If you have to make it a private ceremony, please go ahead. And in 5 years' time, when things are better, which they will, because making this decision shows me you're financially wise, then you can have a wedding party in maybe a destination wedding if you want, and invite all of us, but never ever borrow money to have your wedding. It's not a wise decision. There is no time that borrowing money for lifestyle will ever be good. No time. Borrowing money for lifestyle will never, there is no time it will be good. So stay out of it. Avoid it by all means. So do what you can, talk to friends and those to use what they used or something. That's still better off than for you to, overstretch yourself, and then you keep paying for your wedding till a year into your wedding or 2 years sometimes. That is very painful and stressful. It will slow you down. Both of you are supposed to come together and achieve more. So let the pressure you feel right now drive you to want to succeed. Let it drive you, let it push you that, sweetheart, after our wedding we need to do this and that. That's better than for you to want to please people and go borrow money for your wedding. It's not a good decision. If you ever tried it, you're never going to be happy about it. So that's it on the show today. I hope these questions have helped you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.